Yes, my people, and welcome back to Southview Coys. We're going to be looking at replacements for Hojbjerg if he was to go. What type of midfielders can we bring in if we need to find a replacement? I'm going to look no other than Caqueret of Lyon. He is a French under-21s international. He's 23 years old and plays in League One. He has 11 goal contributions, 4 goals and 7 assists. Now he predominantly plays as either an 8 or a 6. This season he's played as an 8, but I think his best position as in a 6. If we look at some of the statistics, he has 92% accuracy passing. When it comes to passing in his own half, he has 86%. When it comes to his opponent's half, it's 79%. In terms of long balls, 70%, really high. And dribbling ability, he completes 52% of those dribbles. So every other dribble he's very successful at. Now the reason why at Lyon he's been deployed as an 8 is because he has such unique ability in terms of dribbling and his shooting ability. So that's the reason why they deployed him a little bit higher up the pitch. However, I think his best position is in a 6. Or defensive midfielder, that's what we normally call him. In that position, he normally plays towards the left-hand side, which would suit Ange's system because not only can he play as a 6, but he can play as an 8, so he has a lot of creativity. He can create from deep because his passing is so good. He has a good weight of pass. He knows when to pass, and very important, he's press resistant. So in terms of being on a half turn, that's his game. That's what he likes to do. Off the ball, is very tenacious, he's very dogged, and his reminds me of a bit of like a Verratti, the way he's quite small in size, but he's quite tenacious, a bit like a Rottweiler. You might have that small man syndrome, who knows? But yeah, I really like this player, and it's not only is he good at passing and doing long balls, he's actually good at carrying the ball, dribbling the ball. And so when he does win that ball back, he's good at putting that ball into and transition into that attacking third, keeping the pressure on. And if you look at his presses as well, very good at pressing, pressures off the ball, winning the ball back, tackling. This is a very strong attribute of him. And if we're going to replace Hojbjerg, we want someone a little bit more mobile, someone a bit younger, someone that has that same tenacious ability that can cover the ground just as well as Hojbjerg, but has a bit more end product, a bit more guile, a bit more technique about him, and more importantly, he has vision and awareness. So he knows how to create a space between himself, the ball, and the player, and he knows how to get himself out of tight positions. So someone that can wriggle their way out of trouble if 2 or 3 players want to press them, he's going to be good at getting out of that spot, and that's the type of player we need as a player. Someone that's, I like to think, tactically flexible, so sometimes he can be 6 and sometimes he can be an 8, and Ange likes to play with 2 8s. In that position, he'll play as more of the creative 8, the one that has a bit more defensive responsibilities, and at time can be a 6. So, as I said before at the start of the video, I think his best position is further back because he can start the attack, he can progress the attack, he can link the defense, and he's going to be someone that's very important. Also to note as well, he has strong leadership qualities. He's been the captain of the under-21s for France. He's been a captain for Lyon as well. And just thinking about his price point, I know he signed a new contract recently, but he was the heir to Bruno Guimaraes, and he has very similar qualities, as in he's an all-rounder. I personally would like to see him at Spurs just because of his intelligence on the ball. We haven't had a lot of players that are technically good, but have a strong IQ on where to be, because he's very good at intercepting. He knows where the passing lanes are, he knows when to block, so he's able to actually push that ball further up. In terms of short passing, he's very good at short passing, linking the play, and that helps to dictate the energy and the movement of the game. When you keep the ball moving, he said before in an interview he was too hurried in passing the ball when he first broke onto the scene, and he lost a lot of the possession, but now he seemed to fix that, and he's not always too quick to move the ball forward and lose possession for the team. He knows when to hold on to it for a little bit longer, then the gap opens up, and then he releases the ball. And I think that's something we've been missing. Sometimes we're a bit laboured in midfield, and it goes sideways, it goes backwards. And I could see that with a new system, would have a lot of the ball, but when you can't find that opening in between the lines, you don't know when to jump into certain pockets of space to receive a ball in tight areas and then create a pass in between two defenders or midfielders and then get it to your front line. I think he'll be very good, and he'll complement someone like Maddison. Good game awareness, knows when to arrive in that space, because people are probably thinking, isn't he going to get in the way of maybe his son if he's arriving in that space? No, he knows when to arrive in that space. He knows when to bring it forward. A bit like Maddison knows when to come in. A bit like Kane knows when to drop into that pocket of space. It's timing. It's about timing. Know when to be on the pitch in all time. But as I said before, very, very strong dribbler. Very good at getting in that space, driving the ball up, beating the player 1v1. That's his game. So if you were looking for an all-rounded midfielder, someone in that kind of Bruno Ramirez type mode, he's going to be your guy.